Darth, Kermit here with an updated comprehensive video on the best teams for each phase of the Challenge Tier Pit Raid as of the first week of February 2021. It's been about a month since the last video and things changed a lot, but not quite as much as I was expecting, so I will probably keep these updates coming monthly till everyone has the C-Pit on lock. In this video I will give a brief overview of each team, but will not be going into too much detail. You can find full guides for each team on my Discord or the Planet Coruscant Discord, links in the description. The teams that I include in this video will mostly be optimal lineups, but many teams will have characters that can be substituted. Usually any substitution will either reduce the damage potential or increase the RNG, but it may be that substituting certain characters in certain teams will allow for more damage overall throughout all 4 phases. Before I get into it, if you find my content helpful, please like, share, subscribe, and support me on Patreon if you want to support my no BS video style or for access to written guides, mod profiles, and other perks. On to Phase 1. The top team for Phase 1 is still Supreme Leader Kylo. Supreme Leader Kylo, Hux, Crew, Watt, and Thrawn. With a Relic 7 Kylo, you can expect to consistently do between 30 and 40%. With Relic 8, I've seen as high as 86% with some insanely good mods and RNG. You need a fast Kylo for this team, but you also have to make sure your Hux and Thrawn are not too fast. See my vid on this team for more. The goal is to ramp Kylo's damage as fast as possible. Number 2 this month is a big new addition, a wonderful non-GL Vader team. It's a Vader lead with Crew, Watt, 3PO, and Shock T. This team does take important characters from other teams, but it's also by far the highest damage non-GL team. This team is all about stacking dots and getting off 3 culling blades. That said, there's a good number of things going on with this team in order to make that work, so make sure to watch my vid on it. Third, we have a Padme lead, with Jedi Knight Anakin, General Kenobi, Ahsoka, and C-3PO. This team still makes the list, and a lot of people have this team. If you need 3PO for a different team, you can sub in R2 or Barris without taking too much of a hit to damage output. Most of your damage in this team comes from Courage, but Anakin and Ahsoka do add a decent bit, so don't leave them out. Since phases 2 and 3 are basically the same, I'm just going to include a longer list in this one section. You need to make sure you have a debuffer in Phase 2 and a debuff cleanse in Phase 3, but most teams have both of those anyway, so there's really not much difference. Once again, the top team here is a Supreme Leader Kylo team. This month, I'm replacing the Slacker Zombie team with a Slacker Thrawn First Order team. This team is nearly the same as my pure First Order team, but with Thrawn subbed in for First Order Stormtrooper. While this team doesn't have quite the same damage potential as Slacker Night Sisters, it has way less RNG, so you can get through phases 2 and 3 faster and with less frustration, and its damage potential is close enough. Like my pure First Order team, this team takes very specific modding and turn orders, so make sure to watch my vid on it. Now if you have Slacker but haven't taken Thrawn to R5 yet, then the next best team is Slacker with full First Order. It very consistently delivers 10 to 13%, but takes very specific modding and turn orders, so make sure to watch my vid on this team. Still on the list is the Phase 2 and 3 Vader team, with Vader lead, Malak, Watt, and 2 others. Depending on who you use for the 4th and 5th slots, you can very easily get 8 to 12%. The best choices currently are Traya and Thrawn. Another addition to the list this month is using Jedi Knight Luke lead with your R5 Jedi in phases 2 and 3. For anyone with JKL but no GL Rey or GL Luke yet, this is the best place to use most of your Jedi. The best lineup that I've found to date is Jedi Knight Luke lead with Gas, Anakin, Kenobi, and Hermit Yoda. At number 5, we still have Shock T in the 501st this month. This is a very accessible team with consistent damage. Just try to get off as many aerial advantages from Rex as possible. You can sub in 3PO for extra cooldown on Rex if you aren't using him elsewhere. Phase 4 has seen a pretty decent shakeup with a newer Rey Jedi comp settling on top. This uses a Jedi Knight Revan lead with Rey, Gas, Jedi Knight Luke, and Hermit Yoda. Rey, JKR, and Hoda keep everyone alive, while JKL and Gas do all the damage. If you don't have your Jedi up to R5 to use with Rey, then using her with a Gas lead, Fives, Rex, and Hoda is going to be your second best P4 team. This one is all about keeping Rex alive long enough to get off as many aerial advantages as possible. If you have Jedi Master Luke and all the Jedi ready to go but not Rey, then you can use a Jedi Knight Revan lead with JML, Gas, JKL, and Hoda. And this is currently the third best option for Phase 4. And now we have another Vader team. That's right, Vader is good in every phase. Give him Sith Eternal, Wat, Malak, and another Sith, Sidious is best for more dots, and you can get a consistent 3 to 4% in Phase 4. Number 5 here is Sith Empire. If you don't have a better team available so that you can save Malak for Zerging, then you can use this team to consistently get around 2%. And last, CLS, Han, Chewie, Chewpio, and R2. This team is pretty accessible and can consistently get 2%. It's also very straightforward, just damage the boss. There's one last category to go over, and that's Zerg Teams. With it being so hard to do significant damage in Phase 4, many guilds will need to Zerg the last few percent. These teams are the ones capable of doing at least a few tenths of a percent of damage even when the boss starts under 20% health. First up, Malak and 4 tanks. A super tanky Malak will get to use Drain Life 2 to 3 times for 0.2% damage each time. Next, CLS, Han, Chewie, Chewpio, and R2. Han gets to shoot first with Chewie and Chewpio assisting. Load R2 with offense so he can spread it to the team, and then load CLS with offense so Chewpio can spread that to the team. Third, a Separatist lead Jango. When under a Separatist lead, Jango gets 2 turns of damage immunity. This allows him to get off 2 attacks, probably best with a Dooku lead for the potential counters. And last, General Grievous droids. Grievous gets to attack whenever his droids are killed off around him, so he will get an attack or 2 in. Meanwhile, B1 takes long enough to kill because of how its kit works that it should be able to get a little damage in as well. And that's it. I'll continue to follow up these videos on a monthly basis. I hope this has been helpful. If you like my videos, please like, share, subscribe, and support me on Patreon if you want to support my no BS video style or for access to written guides, mod profiles, and other perks. Till next time.
I find your lack of rainbow connection disturbing.